Can I see the hands of all of the kids? There we go. All right, I'm going to be preaching more in the back today. That's okay. So, we've been talking about Moses and the children of Israel, and they got out of Egypt, and they are traveling now. And God brought them to the mountain, right? And at the mountain he said, you are my children, you are my particular people. I have called you, instead of all the other nations, I've chosen you. And I will give you laws and instructions for how to live, right? And the people said, okay, but we're scared. So can you just talk to Moses instead? And God said, okay. And Moses went up the mountain, and it was covered in cloud, and it was thundering and lightning, and the cloud kept on being bright with the lightning inside of it. And Moses is up on the mountain for 40 days. And Moses hears all the law. He gets the 10 Commandments. He is told how to build a temple for God, for the people to worship God. And in the meantime, what do the people do? Anybody know? What? They make a golden calf, and what do they do with it? They worship the golden calf. Why would they do this? This doesn't make any sense. They've just seen, a few days before, they've seen the miracle of crossing the Red Sea. The water stood like a wall on both sides. They've been given manna to eat. They've seen water come out of a rock. All sorts of miracles are happening for them, and now they're at the foot of the mountain, and it's lightning and thundering, and the voice of God is being heard. Why would they go and make an idol? Well, I'll tell you. Because they were from this region where they worshipped a thunder god. And the thunder god was worshipped because the idea was he came in the form of a bull, a male cow, or perhaps a beautiful, perfect calf. So the people thought, all that lightning and thunder up there, that must mean it's the Canaanite thunder god that has brought us out. So we should worship it because we're scared. And if we make a golden calf, maybe God won't be angry at us. It seems kind of reasonable in a certain sense. If you can think back to a time when you believed that there was such a thing as a thunder god, and no, Thor and the Avengers doesn't count. Not even a chuckle, ching, Father. Wow. Okay. There's a deeper point here. What was the mistake that the children of Israel made? What do you think? Worshipping an idol? That's true. That was a mistake. I think they made one before. What do you think? They lost trust in God. That's true. And there was a specific point when I think they did it. What do you think? They broke a commandment. That's true. But they hadn't heard the commandments yet, if I remember right, to be fair. Now, here's where I think they messed up. Did God tell them, you aren't worthy to hear my voice, so send Moses up the mountain to talk to me in place of all of you? That was their idea. There's a mistake that we sometimes make. We don't like to be too close to holiness. We don't like to be too close to the church. And if I come and stand here, what do you think? If I were you and the priest came and talked to me, I would say, I wish you'd go away. All right? It's not exactly comfortable for the papa to come out and talk in the middle of the people. And we've gotten a little bit used to it, but even so, it's not comfortable. We like for God to be nice and far away, up a few steps behind a wall on a high altar, and we're all nice and comfortable back here with good seats and plenty of personal space. Right? Which is to say, we're human. And so were the Israelites of old. But God had called them to something else. He said, not, you are going to be my slaves. I brought you out of Egypt, and now you have to be my slaves because I took you out, so you're mine. It's not what he said. He said, you are now my what? Not slaves, but children. I am Father, you are my children. And they said, oh, go away, you're scary. This is, I think, the first mistake that they made and that we make. Because superstition is born out of this idea that we can't approach. We're not supposed to touch God. So we make up all these rules about how we have to do it instead. Now, there's a room for respect. There's a necessity for fear. God said, don't touch the base of the mountain or you'll die. It's true. He said it. But he didn't say, you're unworthy to hear my voice, send a representative up the mountain. They said that because they were afraid. And in their fear, they stopped thinking clearly. They paid no attention to the fact that he said, I am the only God. They thought in terms of the people around them. They imagined, based on what they'd heard about thunder gods, that he would like a golden calf. And even Aaron, the high priest, Moses' brother, got confused. It wasn't just a few of the people. They all messed up. And we should remember this, because we are called not to be distant from Christ. Is it just the priest who takes communion? Right. Is it just the kids who take communion? Right. We are all called to encounter the Lord. With proper preparation? Absolutely. With fear and trembling? Absolutely. But we are all called to encounter the Lord. And that's the message of the golden calf. Fear makes us stupid. Stupid makes us sinful. So let's not be fearful. Let's not be stupid. Let's not be sinful. Let us approach when we are called to receive. Now please stand up.